Listen, if we don't change now, the state of small business is going to be ruined forever. The pandemic has really shown us who really knew how to run a business, who just open for shop. The lack of ability to pivot, the lack of ability to adapt into new technologies and to be able to move into a new world without trying to hang on to the other. I mean, evictions at an all-time high, repossessions are at an all-time high. There's so many people that are so fearful about the future. And can I tell you something? If we don't start changing things immediately, the state of small business as we know it may not even be here in the future. What's going on, you all? My name is Dr. Jake Taylor Jacobs with the Private Small Business Society, a proud community of 2021 active small business professionals of the likeness of entrepreneurs all the way down to entry-level professionals that are committed to getting better, getting certifications and training so they can continue to push the small business and mid-market businesses forward. Welcome to the State of Small Business weekly report. Every Wednesday at 12:30, we'll be going live talking to you about issues that are happening in the small business or mid-sized business market, what are affecting it, and what solutions that we can have. And so we call this White Paper Wednesday. You may be asking, what is a white paper? A white paper is an authoritative, in-depth report on specific topics that present a problem as well as provide a solution. We never want to be a source where you're getting information where it's seemingly gossipy or without facts. And we never want to present a problem without a solution. And so one of the biggest things that we focus on with the Private Small Business Society, and specifically this show, A State of Small Business, is for you to be able to gather information in bite sizes to be able to impact your lives as well as the businesses and the markets that you impact. And so today we're talking about a topic that I think is absolutely important, and it's bridging the gap between college education and effective career placement in business entrepreneurship. And let me just say this right now. If you have a moment, just like this video, share this video at any time just to ensure that the people that are watching it gets it. And if you want to get access to the document that I will be reading, you can also go to thepsbs.com/white paper. That'll take you to all of the articles that we've written so that you can kind of see the concept of what we talk about on a weekly, daily, a monthly basis. And I want to talk about something that's important to me, and I think it's important to a lot of people. I want to talk about the letdown of college institutions, universities, and advanced or higher level educational programming. I think that we can see in the market right now that we've been let down by these institutions by the load. The promises of marketing of jobs and salaries and pay raises. If I get this degree, if I go to this institution, those things have been proven to be false. You see so many people go to college and can't be placed within jobs or careers. You see so many people want to change their lives. They matriculate through college. They get into debt only to figure out that they're lacking experience or they've been lacking exposure. I want to talk about those things now. And I want to talk about how unprepared most people that have matriculated through college, how unprepared they are when it comes to them actually applying practical training and practical job placement for the time and period that they actually finish. And here's the deal. My goal is not to bash higher level education. My goal is to challenge higher level education to push to be better. I was privy to graduate from the Wiley University, a HBCU. And this was the first university or college because of sports. I did go to 3 colleges, and this was the first university that actually pushed me to get outside of myself and really push the exposure and experience. Matter of fact, when I graduated with my education degree, not only did you have to submit time with your practicum hours that were actually in schools, like mirroring teachers, so that before you even got your degree, you understood what the responsibility was or what the commitment would be for that career field. And then 2, I was privy to be under Dr. Mims, who was the Dean of Education at Wiley University, that took the top students to New York. and we went to New York, he exposed us to different types of educational systems within the New York system because he was from New York. And most of us, if not all of us, at least received some type of soft offer to come and get a job. And so when you talk about education degree to job placement, it was absolutely sublime. As a matter of fact, my first actual teaching job at Lancaster in Lancaster ISD. Of course, this is all before I got into business, but my first teaching job at Lancaster ISD, the assistant superintendent of Lancaster ISD was called to come to Wiley University, and we all, the top students, were introduced to the superintendent, and the superintendent extended a job to me on the spot at Wiley University. And so when I think about the commitment that colleges, universities, and even course programs should have to the people that are matriculating within these educational systems, I think it's the due diligence of these educational systems to ensure that the students are not only prepared, but the rigor of the curriculum makes them decide if they're going to be in or they're going to be out. And then there should be a commitment to the placement. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So let's talk about some of the core issues that I do want to go over with this white paper. And again, you can go back and look at this white paper for yourself on our site. That's actually below thepsbs.com/white paper. One of the disparities, the core issues, we're talking about the disparity in recruitment and placement efforts. Colleges spend a lot of money to recruit students. The recruitment team and advisors do a great job in wooing students to apply for these institutions and get them to commit to coming to this college. And of course, we know that higher level education is very much run now, not really focused on placement of these students, but more enrollment for income, the commercialization and turning higher education to a commodity, into a product to be sold versus a service to give, I think has been a lot of bigger of the issue. And so this disparity between recruitment and placement efforts, if colleges spent just as much money or just as much time in getting students that graduate from their institution, job placement or opportunities for job placement, I think that what would happen is you will see a lot more people actually be more committed to going back to college. One of the biggest issues that I've been able to see and have even experienced through some of my peers, not from my own personal experience, but for some of my peers, is the lack of exposure that colleges or the universities that they went to. For an example, when I had my short stint at Concordia University in Austin, Texas, we had many times we were exposed to Fortune 500 companies, Fortune 100 companies, big mid-sized businesses, smaller businesses that were thriving, that had job opportunities, that were giving their experiences, giving a true understanding of what was actually happening. But in most cases, that's not everyone's experience. And in other cases, that's typically touted or held only for top students that can make the university look good. And luckily me, I was a top student, but for everyone else that was having a basic or regular time getting through college, I don't think that they should not have access to the same opportunities to be able to woo or wow jobs. And so when we talk about the recruitment and placement efforts, it's been lackluster. You see more colleges focus on getting people into the institution and not getting people placed out of the institution. I honestly believe that if colleges actually did their job, there would be no room for staffing agencies. Me personally, I think that colleges should actually act as staffing agencies and really get these students placed and advocate on behalf. Because let me tell you, if a student and student athlete was an amazing athlete, the school would go through hell and hot water to make sure that that student athlete had a pro day so that they could showcase their skills, to ensure that they can actually go play pro, so that the college can say, hey, we got another pro player, because they know that that brings them more money. I'm just proposing that colleges, when it comes to the educational prowess, for those students that are thriving or students that are doing well, that have some commitment, that if the students knew that the college would bring or create a pro day or put you in an environment where you're exposed to people that can provide jobs and opportunities, true jobs and opportunities, I am almost certain, extremely certain, that jobs or students would actually go back to college and go back into these institutions because they know that the colleges are acting as an advocate and not just trying to make some money off of the students. Matter of fact, I see a lot of colleges and universities tell their students they have to go find their own internships, but never even give them guidance on where to go. It is your job. It is your responsibility to provide that. Just as you have recruiters to get students in, you should have recruiters to find partner companies that these students can actually participate in. Which takes me to core issue number 2. Inadequate exposure to practical skills. By the time these kids, by the time these students, by the time these young adults or these people that are going back to college, by the time they finish their degree, whatever they learned in the degree field is outdated. Practical skills are far and in between. Most of the information that they have is based on a curriculum promise for 4, 8, 6 year commitment that the institution made to this textbook or this company or to Pearson or whoever's writing the book, and none of the information is being updated and none of the stuff is being done. Let's go back to the third core issue: entrepreneur education shortcomings. Talk about people that's in the business field. Talk about people that have a specialty in entrepreneurship. Why are they not leaving college with a business? Why are they not leaving college getting a degree? I love how the Army does things. When you go through ROTC and you graduate top of your class, you come out an officer in the Army. You are placed immediately. So people know, like, I want to become an officer. I want to graduate top. I want to have this GPA so that I can come out as an officer. These are things that are important. So if colleges focus more on actually implementing practical strategies, I think it'll be good. The reality of job opportunities. Despite the availability of job opportunities, a significant challenge remains in matching these roles with suitable prepared guidelines. The issues include mismatch of skills, lack of industry integration. This is important. And why is there a mismatch of skills? The information that I'm learning in college does not apply to the job I'm applying to, which is why many employers say, yes, you have a degree, but you don't have experience. What are they asking for? They're asking for implementation of the skills that I have learned. That's what we're lacking at. And let me tell you why the Private Small Business Society is the solution and is a solution. I won't say the solution. I'll say why we are one of these solutions, because we have a comprehensive solution. Yes, we focus on entrepreneur success, but we also focus on career placement. We also focus on industry network and exposure. So whether you're coming to us as an entrepreneur or you're coming to us as someone working within a business and you want to learn how to be able to grow and to develop within the role that you're growing to, we have certification, professional development that actually provides you opportunities to grow. Not only do we look at entrepreneurs, we provide them the networking opportunities, the platforms, and the resources, along with education and training to make them better entrepreneurs and better bosses or leaders, if you will, within their organization. For the people that are entry level or people that are professionals within businesses, but they don't run the companies, or people that want to matriculate within a business, guess what we do? We provide opportunities and partnerships with other businesses that will allow people to have employment so that they can be able to show practice to play. I have a lot of conversation that we're going to have specifically on the next White Paper Wednesday, where we're going to talk about the state of where small business and mid-sized businesses should be and what the transition needs to be if you want to keep top talent or you want to attract top talent, so that we can continue to push this thing forward. What we cannot go back from is the fact that we are in a gig economy. We cannot go back from the fact that people do not trust the educational system. We cannot go back from that people are tired of the missed promises about how much money they're going to make, because we've been pumping up salaries if they get a degree, when in fact, that's not the truth. We need transparency. We need more commitment to getting people placed, because I'm going to be honest with you. There's over 9.6 million jobs open right now. We have the lowest placement rate of jobs in American history, with 9.6 million jobs open. 15 million businesses open, but 9.6 jobs that are open. What is that saying? People don't trust the jobs. They don't trust the educational system. Something has to change, and Private Small Business Society plans to be the solution to that. So take a mosey on over and go read the full report. This is your lunch break, little white white paper report. And I want to start getting you to start thinking about ways that we can actually bring about change. And when it comes to the recommendations, to wrap it up, we need practical skill development within these institutions. We need stronger industry collaborations, and we need support for entrepreneurial ventures, because when people are starting these businesses, they're thinking that it's all sweet, and it's not. And a large part of it has to do with the educational system and the way that we're teaching information, making things look easier than what it is, and then lying about the salaries and the incomes that people can make. If we were to be honest, I think that we can get more people back into the job force, and then most importantly, we can get people back butts and seats into these institutions. This is Dr. Jake Taylor Jacobs, and this was the State of Small Business America. Thank you.